Hey there, it's Suzanne Monroe with the International Association of Wellness Professionals. I'm just sitting here drinking my kombucha, and it reminded me about how not too long ago, if I was drinking a weird beverage like kombucha or eating my quinoa or drinking my green smoothie, I got a lot of raised eyebrows. And in fact, people thought I was a little bit strange and a little bit different because I was living my holistic life. And if you're somebody who's passionate about holistic health and wellness, then maybe you get that same reaction. And you might also be living the same lie that I was. The lie is that you're different and no one gets you, and so why should you even try? And let me tell you a little story about how this played out for me. I was in my corporate job and I was really into health and wellness on the side in my personal life. And it was really hard to kind of integrate these two worlds. So I would be have to go to a luncheon for work or something like that, and I'd always bring my own lunch, and people would be like, okay, what are you eating now? What are you doing? And I really actually got kind of tired of explaining it to people because they didn't seem that interested. They really more thought it was a little bit out there. So sometimes I would even just eat in my car. And, it was a little bit weird, but over time I just realized it was a lot easier just not to explain it to everybody. And gradually I realized it was just a better idea to kind of keep it all to myself and have my private life be my holistic life and my public life just try to fit in with everybody else. The problem with this thinking was, though, that there's a nagging feeling that you're living two different lives or living two different worlds and that you're not really being your true self. And so even though I kind of ignored that feeling for a while, I really did feel like I was living two separate lives. Here was my healthy, holistic life on the weekends and after work, and then here was like my work life or my public life. And the nagging feeling actually got stronger and stronger. And I was kind of really feeling all alone, like wondering, gosh, who are my people? Where are my people? And the nagging feeling got so big that finally I was like, gosh, I've got to do something about this. Like I just feel totally out of alignment. But I didn't know what to do. And I remember one New Year's Eve, I think it was 2005, and I created my vision board. There was this picture of this really holistic looking woman on there. She looked like she just had like an amazing life. And I wrote down on a piece of paper that this was the year I was going to find my dream career, the life that would allow me to integrate my holistic self with my public life self, and I could just be one whole person instead of trying to always be hiding out. So I wrote this down on a piece of paper, and actually I had no idea if it was going to happen. And I just put it out there, and I really did hope that something would happen. Well, that same year, as we went into that new year, lo and behold, I was still committed to finding what I was going to do, and I was doing a lot of research, and I just came across the field of health and wellness coaching. And it was like this light bulb went on. I was like, wow, this is for me. This is the thing that I wrote down several months ago. This is the way, this is the path forward. And I just took the leap and I went for it. I remember being really freaked out at the time, like, what if I make a mistake? What if this is totally crazy? This career seems too good to be true. But the more I read about it and the more I got involved, what I really loved about it was that I finally felt like I was home. I finally felt like I had found my people, my tribe, my community. And, these were people that were into holistic health and herbs and alternative medicine and, nutrition and all things holistic. And maybe that sounds like you and you get what I'm saying. But I really did. I felt like I'd found this community of people. And so, and that was over 13 years ago, and I've never looked back. I mean, being able to integrate who I really am with what I do every day is just really the greatest gift. And now I get to spend my days doing really cool holistic things like going to yoga or going out to an organic restaurant for lunch with friends, hanging out in my garden or going to a farmer's market. These are just some of the things I get to do on a daily basis rather than just occasionally. And I really do feel fully integrated. And the interesting thing is that since then, the wellness movement has actually exploded, and there's no shortage of people who care about what they eat and how they take care of themselves. And everywhere, people are really turning to holistic health. Yet, on the same note, if you're passionate about this, you might still feel like I did. You might either be living that lie or just feeling really alone, wondering how can you integrate these parts of yourself and how can you really be true to you and do something that you care about that's meaningful and is really in your heart. Well, there's two pieces of advice I have for you. So the first is don't hide out. I know it's hard. Maybe that's what you want to do. But if you have this passion inside of you, you have to share it with other people. So don't stay in hiding anymore. Come out of hiding. And then the second thing is the wellness movement, like I said, is exploding, and you can join the wellness movement. So get yourself around like-minded people who are passionate about the same things as you. Now, if you're really passionate about this and getting started in the movement, you can do that by joining us at the IAWP community. All you have to do is click the link below this video, and we would love to welcome you home. And if you know anybody else who's hiding out in their holistic life, please share this video with them.